Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to be giving you my opinion on the first 5 modifications that I think you should do to any car. So the first modification is an exhaust system, and it can be cat back, which is basically from the catalytic converter back, you know, it is legal and whatnot. The second one is a res delete, which is literally just removing the resonator and putting a piece of pipe in place of it. Will make it louder, but it won't make it like extremely loud. And if you want in a car what's really loud and really not environmentally friendly and highly illegal in, you know, 90% of places, go for a decat. Decat is basically just taking the catalytic converter out, and a lot of people call it a straight pipe because they do just go straight from the manifold all the way back. But usually people just, you know, cut the cat out, put a piece of pipe in place, and then when it comes to emissions tests or whatever, they just normally put the cat straight back in, or something similar to that. And, well, yeah, it's the best flowing exhaust that you can get. A lot of places do sell them and make them for the majority of cars, and they call them a race tube because normally you are meant to use them on tracks and that's it. You're not meant to daily a car with a decat exhaust. So another thing what you can do, no matter the exhaust system, literally you could have decat, you could have res delete, anything. Just go for a different exhaust manifold. It will change the sound of it and it'll make it better flowing, and well, from any exhaust you will get little gains. You'll get a lot of sound difference from a different manifold and a decat, or well, just any exhaust system in general. You'll normally find a sound difference, and I personally think that your exhaust kind of expresses your personality, and you'll get little gains from it in horsepower, like 1 or 2. You'd be lucky to get more than like 5 horsepower from an exhaust system, and that's going new manifold and straight through. Can't imagine you getting a lot of power out of an exhaust system. I know some people are like, oh, I made this much power by changing my exhaust. But normally, with a turbo car, you tend to get more power because you can up the boost and it'll be a lot more free-flowing, allowing you to get a few more horsepower out of it. Okay, the second modification I think you should do to any car is suspension, whether it be lowering springs, which, as it says, it's just springs will lower your car. It will aid your struts a bit more than it would normally. Normally when you go for lowering springs, you do change the struts as well, or get lowering springs what correspond with the struts and whatnot. It just makes it so the part doesn't wear as much. But if you want in the cheaper option in comparison to coilovers, I'd personally go with lowering springs. Unless you want in to track the car, then I'd go with coilovers, because you can have a lot more stability and a lot more adjustment with the coilovers. Either way, if you go with lowering springs or coilovers, they both improve the handling. Coilovers a bit more, improving the handling, and it improves the looks of the car. It just makes it a bit more stancy, and it kind of makes the car look a little bit wider the lower it is. And it also improves the fitment in comparison to your wheels. It closes the wheel gap more. So the third modification I think you should do to any car is wheels, no matter whether they're second hand or new, custom made or just some random ones. Wheels are a big part of a car. They can make or break a car. You can have a really nice car and it be sat on steelies, and personally I think wheels are one of the biggest things because it changes the whole look of it. And you can get these second hand or new. Prices range from like £100, say you get them second hand. The most expensive set of rims I've seen is £5.5 grand, which is a bit much in my opinion. Unless you're going for something like a show car, I don't really think it's worth it. Obviously it improves the looks of the car, it improves the handling if you get, you know, new tyres. It is a good idea when you get new rims to get new tyres, unless you've recently bought some. It improves the fitment and the looks of the car. It gives it a whole better look. It kind of widens it a little bit and changes the whole look of the car. So the next one, what you've probably heard on every video, cold air intake. Obviously you would go with a cold air intake and not a hot air intake because cold air is less dense, allowing the engine to get more air, which means adding more fuel. Blah de blah de blah, more air, more fuel, more power. You won't get a lot of power from one of these, but you won't get a noticeable difference in power because it's only, you know, 2, 3. It's like an exhaust. Obviously all the little power adds up, especially with a naturally aspirated car. if you was to go with just a cold air intake off eBay, you're not really gonna get any gains. If you was to go with something like Ram Air, ITG, something like that, KANE, I know they do a lot of intakes for basically every car. It'll make the intake temps lower, it'll improve the engine bay looks because it won't look completely standard, and obviously if it's a turbo car or not, you will be able to tell a noticeable difference in sound because it'll just allow the engine to breathe better. Same with an exhaust. If you get filter and exhaust, you basically got two things what will go together, give you about 10 horsepower both together at a push. So the next one is a splitter. You can custom make one, you can buy them off of companies, basically anywhere. You can do what Mighty Car Mods did and use, I'm pretty sure it was garden trim or garage trim, something like that. You can find kits on eBay to make your own and stuff, and it just makes a noticeable difference to the car. Obviously it will add a bit more of an aggressive look, I've noticed with a lot of cars. You see a splitter on a car and it's normally made to look really aggressive, and I personally think it adds a bit of personality to the car, it makes it look less bland. And another thing with these is that it also makes your car look lower. I know it's not a big difference, but it is still normally about a quarter of an inch difference lower on the front. One thing you do have to be careful though if you have lowered your car is scraping, because, you know, we all hate the sound of that. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe down below as you always do, and I'll see you guys in the next bloody video.